Begin in Guinea, where the military junta has dissolved the country's government. Military leader President Mamadi Doumbouya ordered that government officials' passports be seized and their bank accounts frozen. It came after dissolving the existing administration for as yet unknown reasons. Well, in the meantime, senior officials will handle tasks until a new government forms. Now, the West African country came under military rule in September 2021 after Lieutenant Colonel Doumbouya overthrew President Alpha Conde in a military coup. However, following pressure from the political bloc ECOWAS, the parties agreed on a 24-month transition timeline. This means that civilian rule should be restored by the end of this year. The junta-led country has since come into sharp criticism, where civilians have expressed anger over the high cost of living as well as internet restrictions. In addition, Guinea has been grappling with frequent power cuts, which has led to protests in the capital Conakry in recent weeks. Well, commanders and police have been instructed to seal the country's borders until government ministries have been fully handed over. We can now get a better sense of the reactions in Conakry, and I am now joined by the BBC's West Africa correspondent Yusuf Akinpelu to tell us more. Yusuf, thank you so much for being on standby for this. And let's begin with immediate reactions to this move by the junta leader to dissolve government. What have they been like?
Thank you, Moara. In Guinea, residents there have had a mixture of opinions about the dissolution of the government. Some say this is a move by the government which is welcome because it serves as deterrence to the existing government, because the country has faced a series of high cost of living, incessant power cuts. There's also been internet have been shut down since November, and labor unions have also threatened to go on strike. So there are some people who believe this is more or less like a deterrent for the government inactivity to tackle these challenges. And there are some who say this is one way the government, it's not welcomed by them. But then the two groups, one thing is common to them. They believe they are watching with suspicion that this might be a move by the government to shift the election dates, which is scheduled for October. So they are watching with absolute suspicion that they are not sure what the junta is trying to play this time around.
Also think about, Yusuf, in regards to some of the factors you've laid out there. We also know that the ministers in this now dissolved government were ordered to surrender their passport, official vehicles, their bank accounts were frozen. What does that indicate?
It's one way the government has said they are using the junta now. They are using to ensure that they carry out investigation on the ministers, because before now there's been some infighting within the cabinet, and there's also been even public bickering on social media by some of the officials. And this is one thing the government said they are using to ensure that the sacked officials cannot travel out of the country, and they've also sealed the border, so they cannot either sneak out or even live legally. So the government says they want to investigate some of the allegations against these ministers. And this is one way the government has said they are using to show that they have the people at heart and trying to tackle some of the challenges. Just one way to show that they are taking steps to address some of the challenges facing the country.
Any reactions in the wider region from ECOWAS or from other countries?
ECOWAS hasn't reacted, but then it's certain that they'll be watching with the corner of their eye, thinking what next for Guinea, because ECOWAS and the junta had agreed on a timeline of 24 months since 2022, which will elapse in October of this year, and it's just 10 months away. There are people who are thinking, oh, what then next? A new government is to be inaugurated soon. Would they have enough time to tackle some of the challenges at hand and also conduct elections within 10 months? But people are skeptical about the intent behind the sacking of the ministers, and they just are watching what next and what might happen as a result of this.
Indeed, this is one to continue watching. Yusuf Akinpelu, thank you so much for that particular update, joining us from Lagos with the latest details.
Thank you.